Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. This is vlog number 2 for Classroom with Tilapia. Okay, so to last video we spoke about um, you know some of the basic things that you need to get when you're actually getting ready to start that business in tilapia fish farming. Some of the things in which I'm going to be sharing with you today, you will really not get them at a rather um, consultation center, right? Okay, so we're going to be talking about containers, buckets, and fish. Stay tuned. Okay, hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. All right, so my name is Riley. I am a geography teacher by profession. I teach geography, sociology, and social studies at a local school here in Jamaica. Now, today I'm going to be sharing with you uh, some little topics. Well, a topic that splits up in several different pieces regarding tilapia as a passive income earner. Okay, so the last video I shared with you the importance of getting a bucket, right? Getting a bucket, containers, so as to put, or so I say, go so as to, you know, put your tilapia fish when you actually get it. All right, so you need at least three different buckets, but the larger bucket, old fridge, will be good. If you don't have an old fridge, you can use an old washing machine, the inside part, no problem. If you don't have that, you can get one of these drum. Uh, they're normally in the urban area in Jamaica. They are sold probably for about $2,000 per one. You can just cut off probably about 4 inches from the top and go to the local river and get some plants. This is just reviewing the last class, well, last session. Okay, so after you have gotten your container and the water has been caught for at least 48 hours, you are ready now to start your tilapia experience. You have three containers, but won't be using the three containers at the same time. The large container, you can just cover it up because you won't be using it for at least the next 4 months. You're going to be using the medium container and the other container. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. After you have gotten the container, you're going to decide within yourself how many tilapia I'm going to start off with. Now, in decision, you're going to look at your spacing and you're going to say, all right, for example, for me, I live within a community, right? I do not have anybody at the side, at the back of the back, and at the side of the back. So I have here for myself, right? But I chose to do my tilapia fish farming up a little closer because of security reason. And we're going to be talking about that in another vlog episode. Okay, so you need a spacing. And your spacing for the containers should be one of such that it is not in the center of your yard where you have a lot of sun. So if you have a lot of sun in your yard and you're going to be raising tilapia, that's going to spell trouble. The reason being, you're going to have green water and you're going to have a lot of unfriendlies coming in that water. And sometimes you don't know them, you don't see them, but the impact of them is very dangerous. We're going to be talking about that in another episode. But for now, we're talking about spacing, location, and containers. Alright, so you're gonna, if you don't have any space in your yard, like I have space in my yard, right? You probably, like back in the days when you would have like bird cage or better yet, a little dog house at the back, you're gonna do something like that. And get some 2 before, plant 4 in the ground, and make a little 4 corner spacing. You buy a tarpaulin, you place at the top, and that is your tilapia space. And you can put meshes at the side so as to decrease unfriendlies from coming in. When I say unfriendlies, I mean like dragonfly, nymphs, them's fly, mongoose for those persons who live in the rural spaces, cats, dogs, all those stuff, frogs that might end up be a little problem in the future. So after you have actually marked your space and have the fork, space cordon off and thing, you place your two small containers there. Now, the containers are going to be laden with plants, right? And they're going to be covered. And then you're going to source your tilapia. Now, tilapia, when farmed, when being sold by farmers or persons who actually do this for a living, they normally sell you monosex tilapia. Monosex tilapia are tilapia that is um, that are males. Now, male tilapia go fast and they have more meat, they are larger, and they tend to give you a lot more income than male and female. The problem with when you have monosex tilapia stock is that monosex tilapia stock limits you actually um, prolonging your adventure in tilapia fish farming. So you would have to, at the end of harvesting and selling or doing whatever you're doing with it, would have to source more tilapia fingerlings, or probably you do that right when you know that they're going to be harvesting next 2 3 months. You think you're proactive. You would actually source, uh, yeah, the monosex tilapia because it's business you're doing it. Yeah, some people do it that way. Business you're doing, so it doesn't really matter. You mean you're going to sell them or you're going to process them as a restaurant? And we're going to be talking about that later, right? Okay, so you're going to have to source them and get them and do all the necessary thing what you need to do with them so as to get them ready to be a part of your stock. What I advise for you to do if you're just starting tilapia is to try and see if you can get some mixed stock tilapia. Now, getting mixed stock tilapia might be a little bit more expensive than the monosex tilapia. The monosex tilapia males, they can't breed, so if you put 10 in the pond, you're gonna get 10 or probably you might get 8 because 2 might die. However, get mixed stock tilapia, put in your pond or put in your container, you might end up putting 12 and might end up getting 36 because they're going to be breeding, and you might experience overstocking because once they reach a certain size they're not going to be eating their youngs anymore, and you're going to find that there's a lot of them, yeah, a lot of them in the water space, and you're going to run out of space to put them. Like, you don't have enough container, you don't have enough ponds, and you're wondering what you're going to be doing with them, right? So you have to manage your thing properly. Okay, so you choose whether you want mixed stock, tilapia pond, or you want monosex. There's nothing wrong with monosex. It's just that males, they go faster, and normally feeding them with the proper feed, by 8 months, 7.5, 8 months, they're ready to be sold at about 1 pound or roughly 8 inch, 8.5 inches, dinner size fish ready to be sold or ready to be consumed. Right? With the mixed stock, the females are much smaller, about 6 inches, 6.5 inches, while the males are like 8.5 inches, and you have them in small containers. The males are going to be much smaller, the females are going to be smaller, they're going to be light, and they're going to be breeding all the time, and they're just going to be clogging your system. Chances are you might end up with some dead fish. So you're going to have to choose. All right, so in Jamaica, you want to start the farm, you want to start, earning passive income, and you want mix stock, mix brood stock, Um, fingerlings, you would like look for somebody like me, and you'd purchase some mixed tilapia stock, right? That fish that can breed and will always be giving you young ones, right? But how I control my stock probably might be different from you, because I sell them, I consume them, I do so much stuff with them. Right now I'm using them for aquaponics. When they're getting large, I'm gonna consume them with my family. I I sell the little ones when they're getting too much, and that's just a rotator or something. All right. So after you have actually sort your tilapia fingerlings, your first set of fingerlings. By the way, sourcing your tilapia fingerlings, I know that you're anxious to start your little business experience, but I would not suggest you go over probably about 2.5, 3 dozen tilapia fingerlings if you're just starting. Don't go over that amount, right? And if it's mixed stock, I would advise you stay below 12, right? If it's mono, 3 dozen, you're gonna push the envelope if you go 4 dozen. But remember, you're just starting, so you need to get everything right so that the next time around you'll be perfect, right? Okay, cool. Because it's a business, it's something that's supposed to generate income. All right, so you have the fish, you have the container, you have the space, and it's a go. Now, next video, I share with you um, where you go from there. How do you get your fish? That's the fingerlings, and I'll talk to you about a little bit about feeding, and probably I might mention a little bit about filtration. But for now, I realize that the video is getting too long, so we talk next time. Peace out. Good night. Bye bye.